Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we've got a translated Japanese game, the Alcahest. Let's get into it and see what it's like. I'm guessing it's going to be possibly RPG. Maybe action RPG, but it's a Square game. Nice. Let's see what we got here. Distant past, remote future, both are... It does have a Final Fantasy sound to it. Like, this music is very distinct of, like, Final Fantasy. I don't know if this is any good. We might do this as our first playthrough on Super Nintendo. Interesting. I'm not really liking the robotic vibe to it. It doesn't feel very fantasy. Thousand years have passed, huh? It does kind of have a Secret of Mana kind of look at the moment. Chrono Trigger. Hell of a story, and not that it matters, but it doesn't seem like we can fast forward. Not that I was really wanting to. Alright, stage 1, searching for guardians. What do we have? That didn't go very well. This does have kind of a slight feeling of like Secret of Mana. Dashing also increases attack power. Alright, so we don't have any jump. Yeah, it really does feel like kind of Secret of Mana, which I'm not at all complaining about because definitely enjoyed the game. Combat is solid. It's basic at the moment, but you know, no surprise. All right, enemies do regenerate and respawn. All right, so what we got to the subscreen? Gaining decent experience at the moment. So yeah, action RPG. Jesus, we need 120,000 experience for our next level. They are not messing around, are they? Alright, so we got arms, stages, and guardians. Alright, we have partners. We'll see what that plays out later on. Alright, so far so good. I think we might actually see about doing this one. Let's try the dash. Soul Orb. Nice. Alright, so there's no half charge. There's either full charge or no charge. Alright, let's look around before we go into the cave. More chesticles. Alright, so what we got here? We got some experience. Alright, so blade attack power 4, storing up dash to increase power. Alright, we do have other stats that we can't really access at the moment or have any basis on. There is no like actual like status screen. Fires aura from your sword. There we go. Alright, we're not using magic at all for that. We have the MP gauge. It's not moving. Okay, this is cheesy. Alright, this is kind of disappointing. Alright, so obviously, blah, blah, blah. That was pretty disappointing. So items just equip. In this reference, I kind of feel a little Crystallis vibe, where your items just kind of are just there, kind of picking things. It does feel a little. Where was he when I was getting attacked? Use the X button to use his abilities. Requires SP, which we have one of. So we save him for something major. So our sword ability is gone. But we do have his attack. If we had some ice boots, we can walk easily. And if we had a hammer, we could smash through cracked walls. Alright. With this ability, like, this is going to be pretty easy. So far, it's very, possibly deceptively easy. Hard to say at the moment. Hammer already? Alright. Yeah, so far I'm feeling, it's feeling very, Alright, we got another SP. I mean, it feels like everything, I guess that's why they went with the whole, very high experience for a level, because the enemies just constantly refresh. Like, we've already got 10,000 experience. So, you know, going through, you can easily just... Okay. Don't click on... When it's dark like this, I say we're not going to do any of that at the moment, because we're just going to run into lava. Okay, we got another SP. That's nice. Kind of very slow and steady, and with our mage that has homing attacks, like, this is very basic. Again, we're not doing that. Not that one. There was a... there it is. Getting a lot of SP. Alright, we know how to get back over that side, so let's just keep going here for a minute. See if there's anything else. There is not. But I mean, at this point, we can easily just kill enemies from everywhere. Guess there's a wall in the way on that one. Alright. So, random treasure chests everywhere. So far, like, had high hopes for it. I mean, it's a good little game, but it really doesn't hold much in the way of, like, difficulty or anything at the moment. So it's feeling a little lackluster at the moment. Granted, you know, as we play, this is early, we're still getting our feet wet on it. Alright, so we only have one way to go on this one, so we just go this way. Oh, that's a long way. Alright, there's a doorway it looks like, but we had some other chests that we can get. Did we just go the wrong direction? No, okay. So let's go this way. There we go. Another SP. Alright, now we can go this way. And this is back where we were. Yeah, this is back where we were that one time. We can Mario them too, which is hilarious. Alright, so we can go this way. Yeah, like at least at the moment they are making this game extremely, extremely easy. I mean, it might be getting increasingly difficult. I'm hoping, but like right now, this is I feel like there's gonna be a boss now. It's like they give you that ability to shoot stuff from your sword right before you get into a boss. Alright, so we have stage items that probably are for this little area alone. Alright, I got the aura thing, but it's not doing anything. I was expecting the ice boots. Yeah, like there's not even like any kind of like even puzzles or trust. Okay, that was. I didn't tell him to do that. Oh, so we're back at the beginning. All right. So is everything? Oh, we left. And now we don't have any of the items. We still have the hammer. Okay, we have the hammer, torch, ice boots. Okay, so we do have all the items. So that's just all for this one stage. Alright. Simple enough. So now we can walk on everything. So we've done everything here. It's funny, like they were dropping hearts a lot when we were fighting them. Ah. Didn't get whatever that was. It seems like we always have them dropping stuff when we're not able to get it, but as soon as we're able to get it, they don't drop anything. All right, we do need some of the hearts. We are getting whooped up on by these damn beetles. See, like every time the heart's right there. All the ones we killed, nothing. Soon as we can't get it, there's a heart. I wanted to get another one of those swords icons and see what that did. Alright, let's just go. Yeah, walking into this room would have been bad without the boots. A little bit of a maze, not terrible. Whoa, Jesus. Whoa! Holy Cup obtained. Elixir obtained. Recovered. SP increased. Getting a lot of SP. Automatic recovers life, one-time use. Alright, so pretty much if we die, we heal. Alright, the Magician, Magic Bolt, Power 3, X button, Flame Ring, 1 SP. Alright. So it feels like we don't really have a actually interesting. Ah, I thought I hit him. Ah, he whooped us. I thought we actually needed to do that, not just hit him, but I guess that doesn't really matter. I thought it was like an actual, like, you have to do this, this, and this in order to defeat him. I wasn't even paying attention at the actual just dealing damage and hitting him normally. Yeah, this really, I think more so than anything, really does have a Secret of Mana vibe to it in a lot of everything that's going on. Oh, and R buttons equip it. B button shoots energy waves. All right. I mean, so far, I really don't know fully how to really feel about the game. It's not very open world like most other things. You're going to very specific things, at least at the moment. Doesn't have any feel of open. It's just kind of playing the one level, kind of like the Dungeons and Dragons kind of in a little bit. But just happens to be a secondary key in the sewers. Kind of silly. Alright, so we got regular sword. Alright, is there anything else? Can we go indoors? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, we can't go that way. We came in that way. They're going to tell us no. Jesus! That was rough. I mean, so far, other than bosses, everything is like a one-shot. Alright, we say that and now we hit these guardians. The thing is, you can attack lock like almost everything. I mean, it really is making this game kind of disappointingly basic. What did we get? Like, we picked up the sword, attack power 8. So I guess when we pick the things up, it increases our sword's attack. But yeah, so far combat's pretty basic. It seems like 90% of everything dies to one sword strike. A lot of things, even like that one, the Lizardmen bosses, we seem to be able to stun lock and just completely destroy. Alright, so in order to do anything, we need a key for pretty much everything. So I think we actually have to leave here, even though we're trying to do this, because it seems like everything is locked. Ah, nice jump, nice lunge attack, though. I mean, you have to stop the water flow, proceed the room keys in the waterway with the red floor. Come back after you found it. Alright. So yeah, that's what we gotta do. We gotta go back to where we were going. Or how do we get there then? Okay, we know there's a lock that... Alright, so how do we Little bastard was jumping. Did I miss something? Find the switch in the sewers. You have to stop the water's flow in order to proceed. The room key is in the waterway with the red floor. Come back after you found it. Also find the warp plate. It controls the devices used to reach the room that leads to the room of the Predator's God statue. I get that, but like, we're kind of trapped in here, so how do we... What am I missing? Maybe when these guys have something else? Take this key. Alright. Sewer key obtained. Alright, so this is the sewer. Alright. Fair enough. Okay, so we can't do that yet because we can't... Well, at least we're getting stuff that we can't... that don't just die in one hit. Are we... No, that didn't increase anything. We're still at 8. I do wish I had a little bit more information on some of these items that we were picking up. Alright, can we... Yeah. Okay. It still hit him. That's funny. Well, he does have a hell of a punch on him. He sticks around for a while, too. It's not just a one and done. It is a time thing. So that's helpful. That's only 1 out of the 4 that we have. Hopefully we can increase that. Alright, so as we... So instead of having the slash, we have that, which is actually pretty cool. It is kind of interesting that all these enemies just keep jumping backwards. Ah. I gotta get used to everything just constantly regenerating, like, instantaneously once off the screen. You little fucker. I really like that though. It's pretty nifty. And it still hasn't up that. B button is energy wave. You know what? Fight me. So this one you can do a half. As soon as you have any kind of charge, it does the attack only as a single, and then if you fully charge it, it turns into 3 of them. There's one of the switches. All right. Wow, we went flying. Oh, now these little bastards are attacking us, or actually... It is a pretty, again, it is a very basic game, it feels like. I mean, enemy design is decent, level design is good. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with the game. It's just more basic than you would expect it to be. Maybe it's just I had higher hopes for it. I don't necessarily know if there's anything I was actually like expecting. Alright, fuck you guys. Jesus, that was rough. We can see him, but it doesn't really matter. How did he live through that? Ah. We are having a little bit of a problem now. Luckily, kind of figured that was there. I wasn't too worried about it, but... Alright, we're back at the beginning. Or back where we were. Yeah, let's just go down. See where this takes us. I guess we started it a little too soon is what happens there. Kind of curious in what happens when we level up. Ah, thought I was going to be able to carry through and kill both of them, but it didn't happen that way. Will you wake up? We have SP coming out of our ears, but nobody to use it on, or use it with. Damn it. Aha. So I guess that is going to be what makes it difficult. Instead of a basic RPG where you just keep going, you can only continue a certain amount of time. So it is going to be like, kind of like the Dungeons and Dragons games. It's going to lend itself to be a little interesting. I was trying to get to here. Which I pretty much figured that's what was going to be in there. And I just didn't get there in time. I'm trying to use my shield and get the hang of actually blocking things, but... I wish I knew what those were, because they don't seem to do anything. Alright, that's starting to get a little annoying. I'm trying to see if we can actually kill these guys, or do we have to use the sword, the Guardian? We can, okay. It just takes a ridiculous amount. I don't know if that was a good idea or a bad idea, but it happened, and we're done with it, and it is what it is. Ah. Sage Stone. What is Sage Stone? Oh, and we also lose all of our experience. Yeah, we lost all of our experience, but we have a much lower... That's really interesting. I'm a little off and confused as to that, because that was 120,000, and when we died, we lose. The constant just them popping back up instantaneously is a little annoying, to say the least. Alright, so the key is on the floor with the red, so it's supposed to be around here somewhere. Ah, it hit me in mid-attack. Alright. We do have the obnoxious enemies that... Yeah, so I'm seeing some of the the less than enjoyable parts of the game. I mean, that's fine. I mean, it was very rough, given the kind of enemies that we were facing. As annoying and horrible as they were, not a big deal. Like, understandable to a point. Alright, so it doesn't matter because we can't do... Ah, oopsie. Oh well. It's kind of funny, once you face diagonal, you stay diagonal until you move otherwise. Is there anywhere else we can go with the key? Alright, so we are missing something as far as moving these guys. I believe he said something about it earlier. Also find the warp plate. It controls the devices used to reach. Alright, so that's what we gotta find next. Which might be over here. Yeah, warp plate. All right. All right, so that was a different one. So 8, we're still at 8. I don't know. Oh, it just gives us that. All right, fair enough. So it is very short-lived. Screw it. Let's just... Come on. Let's... Really, dude? Come on. Get these guys. Alright, he does not work against these things at all. Alright, maybe not a playthrough. This is not exactly what I thought it was going to be. Might be something to come back to. Come on, just fucking die. Jesus. Apparently we are missing something. Yeah, it's funny. Every time we die, the next is lowers a lot. What are we missing here? Because all we're doing is just killing these stupid statues that keep reappearing. Oh, it's a door. Fair enough. Wow, that was pretty sad. Jesus, our SP is just insane. So it looks like leveling up just fully heals all your stats. Jesus, it's boss, boss, boss. You don't get to avoid stuff very well, though. Okay, our dude is not attacking. Like, he'll just stand there like he's an idiot. He just sits there and does nothing. I think leveling up also gives you a continue. We've already got 2 of the 4. Oh, Jesus. Well, all in all, like, the game wasn't exactly what I was expecting. It's not really necessarily a bad game in any way, shape, or form. I was expecting it to be more of a classic, like, action-adventure RPG, but it's more of kind of an arcade. It feels, it's starting to have more of the, like, Dungeons & Dragons arcade game feel to it, because you have continues, so, you know, trying to pump in the quarters, rather than actually just have you being able to die, come back, and play. It has a lot of feel of like Illusion of Gaia and not much Chrono Trigger. I think more so like Secret of Mana, Illusion of Gaia kind of, but with a lot more arcade feel, like the Dungeons and Dragons, a lot more so. It is very basic at its core for a lot of it, where it looks like gaining experience gives us basically just reheals all of our stuff, our SP, our vitality, our magic. And then I think it looks like gives us a continue as well. So it's kind of just like getting the 1-up, so to speak, in other games is pretty much what that is. So it doesn't seem to actually increase stats at all. So the experience doesn't fully really matter. And I think that's partially why your experience drops down as you die, because it gives you the opportunity to get your continues faster so you can maintain the level that you were at. So with that being said, like, it really has this weird, interesting, I wouldn't really say unique feel to it, but it is has a little bit of mashups of a lot of different kind of action-y, RPG-esque games to it. It seems like all the dungeons, you have these 4 specific items specific for that level that you're in, that you go get. Nothing seems to be very hard to obtain other than like some obnoxious enemies. But there is no trying to figure out a secret thing here or a puzzle or anything. Everything is pretty laid out, really easy, really straightforward, which takes, I feel, a lot of the game out of it, where now you're just going through constantly reviving redundant, obnoxious enemies. And that's pretty much what the core of the game is just the enemies, as soon as they're off screen, they pop right back up. A lot of them have a lot of unique kind of annoyances to them. Like we saw the plants and everything that kind of give it a false level of difficulty, only just because of how, like, kind of spongy and annoying the enemies are with some cheese to them, without actually being very difficult, because you get to most of these bosses and they're pretty basic. I mean, it's unfortunate that, like, on some of these, like the dragon stuff and some of these enemies, you have an attack with your weapon that you need to use that pushes through, but the enemy just flows through you, dealing damage, because apparently you're not invulnerable during these special moves, which you kind of should be, especially the way the game is supposed to be having you work and do things. The Guardian was pretty stupid at the boss fight. Like, for whatever reason, we'd summon him, and he wouldn't do anything. Like the other one, he would just go to town trying to shoot everything on the screen, even through walls. But as soon as we get to the boss fight, he just sat there doing, like, nothing. And it did, like, I don't understand the disconnect as far as what happens, why summoning a Guardian when you really need it during, like, a boss fight, like, glitches out and doesn't do what he's supposed to, which I started noticing a lot and was kind of something that was bothering me a bit as far as how everything was going. All in all, like, I think we might pick this up again later on. It might not be the first playthrough because I'm looking for something a little bit more fun to play, but I don't know, maybe after a day or two I'll come back and we might actually just go through it. I feel like this game's going to be kind of short, so I really feel like we don't have a lot left, so I might come back to it again anyways. But one way or another, I think we're going to do a playthrough of this, but we'll see. So anyways, with that being said, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to hope to pick this up again a little later. The game is fun. The game is decent. It's not what you'd expect, and it's not as good as you would hoped it would have been. Like, I feel like it left a lot to be desired. Has a lot of just a little bit of cheese with a lot of basic, and just, I don't know. There's just something about the game that kind of makes it scream like just a basic kind of arcade pump in some quarters title, more so than a really extremely well done action RPG. Not to say that it's not well done. It is a pretty decent game. I mean, it is a Square game, so, like, back before they merged with Enix, which I feel, again, like I've said before, was kind of the downfall of Square and their really amazing run. Because while Squaresoft really was just an amazing company that put out great game after great game, Enix also had really good games for a while. But then when they merged, for whatever reason, all the creativity went out, and most of the games they pumped out were really disappointing. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. The game is decently enough, well done, has a lot of glaring issues that aren't really game-breaking, just a little obnoxious as you play through it more. So, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining me. We'll pick this up again later. Until then, have a good one.